Ni hao and welcome to race 3. The Chinese Grand Prix from the Shanghai International Circuit is up today as we are on station right now. Getting some good luck wishes, and this is the track layout. Looking at the bottom right of your screen, you can see we are leading not only the Drivers' World Championship at the moment, but also the Constructors' World Championship. We have a rivalry. I could only choose between Alex Albon and Valtteri Bottas. And I think, to be honest, I said it before, you gotta lower your expectations. I think this is the first race where, we gotta lower our expectations. We're in the fight for the top 3, definitely. But the two Mercedes, they're gone. So I chose Alex Albon. I would love to choose Max Verstappen because I think that would have been an equal match. At least that's how I rate myself. But, we will see how this goes. Also, a quick look at the R&D. We've gotten some parts into the car for this race weekend. Ferrari as well. They've made some big strides from, the 6th fastest car so to now the 4th quickest, and they're catching up. So we kind of gotta work on that, even though we're also catching up to Red Bull. We got 2 parts in development. They should be on the car for the next week. We got some upgrades here for this week in the engine. So we should have a bit more power down the front straightaway, the back straightaway. And I've waffled on enough. Let's qualify. And across the line to get us into 13th place. I hope that's enough to get us out of Q1. I only did this one lap at the end of the session here. That will be a big disappointment if you get relegated. Kevin Magnussen is the car that needs to beat us, as well as Daniel Kvyat, if we were to get knocked out of Q1. We made it through. Kimi Räikkönen, George Russell, Antonio Giovinazzi, Roman Grosjean, and Nicholas Latifi getting eliminated. So the 2 Alphas and the 2 Williams cars and one of the Haas's. It's nothing new, to be honest, right now. Well, to be honest, I don't think this lap was too bad. Wasn't the quickest I've ever run. Alright, well, maybe we may have to go out on softs again. Alright, I thought it was... Okay, well, we're out. We're out of the session. Okay, we definitely have to go out on the softs. The car isn't quick enough to get through on the mediums. Alright. Dropped to 14th in the meantime. Lewis Hamilton is in 11th, also on the mediums. He tried it as well. So they're not as effective in qualifying as I had thought they might be. So we're going to go out on the softs, trying to set a fast lap before the rain comes. Because I don't want to start too far down the order. If I started 11th or 12th maybe for the race, that would have been alright. But 13th and below, that's too much track position that we would have lost there. So going out now and trying to get us into the top 10 shootout and starting at least 10th. That's the way to go. The car starting to feel a bit twitchy. But we have to make up time. Okay. I say that we have to make up time. We set the fastest first sector. Alright. Alrighty. Let's get us into the top 10 and get ourselves a good starting spot for the race. And across the line, 4th quickest. Checo is 2nd quickest. We set the 1st and 3rd fastest sectors. There's definitely some pace on the softs. They are definitely the way to go. And Lewis Hamilton, at the moment, the biggest shocker out of this qualifying session. And both Mercedes do the same thing that I did and get on the soft compound tires and set the fastest and 2nd fastest lap. Get themselves into a top 10 shootout. It's the top 4 teams, really, making it through. Both Mercedes, both Red Bulls, both Racing Points, and both Ferraris. And Daniel Ricciardo at the side of his last Formula 1 win. And Lando Norris and his McLaren make it through. And these 5 poor souls are out. Well, it's supposed to rain in 5 minutes, so we're just going to go for 1 lap. And then I think the times that have been set then are set, so. And you can see on the camera The first droplets of water. It's coming down. It's really a question, can we actually put in a somewhat competitive lap? We'll try to. But, yeah, I don't think... Well, we'll finish this lap and see how good it is, but... As we cross the line then... Okay, even slower than my teammate. That's the 137.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Vettel, Perez, Max Verstappen, and Hamilton. A Racing Point, Albon, Norris, and Daniel Ricciardo. Sainz, Gasly, Esteban Ocon, and Kvyat, Magnussen, Raikkonen, George Russell, and Antonio Giovinazzi, Grosjean, and Nicholas Latifi. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
See, now that's the issue. That's why I wanted to make it through on the mediums, because now I have to start on the softs, and they're going to be shot by about lap 3. A two-stopper would just be... nah. I don't want to go for a two-stopper, so... Yeah, we'll go with a soft hard. I would have loved to go on medium hard, but it's now soft to hard. Sounds interesting, doesn't it? And the 5 red lights. Come on. For a long time. And they're out, and we're underway. In China. Decent start. Trying to follow the Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton through on Max Verstappen as we get wedged in between those two. No damage done, but we lose a ton of positions down to 16th spot. 17th maybe if we lose that one. Nope, it's actually 16th. Now we're back up to 15th. Lost the 15th spot to Kevin Magnussen. That wasn't ideal at all. That wasn't ideal at all either. Sorry. Back up to 11th, but outside the points, we are on, you can see him already, worn out soft tires. Oh, this race is definitely going to be a reality check, I feel like. Down the inside of Carlos Sainz, we go into the points paying positions. Then again, but still... That's a long way to go here in this race. Have to fight back now. We actually ran the fastest third sector, alright. Let's try to hang with Nico, no, we are Nico Hülkenberg, with Daniel Ricciardo, our former teammate. Well, Alex Albon didn't have a good exit out of the final hairpin. He's under pressure now from Lando Norris. We almost make contact with Daniel Ricciardo, who's now going 3 wide into turn 1. Let's try to sneak our way through here, maybe past Norris. We're going side by side and side by side through, and we make it work. P9. Ricciardo now attacking the man who is driving the car he drove in 2018. Alex Albon. There's a lot of time lost there to Max Verstappen. You can see on the minimap. Now down the back straightaway with the DRS wide open. But we're going to stay back here because I didn't want to make it 3 wide. Both of them lock up, Ricciardo and Albon. And both me and Albon slide out of the corner, but I get past Ricciardo at least, up to P8. Get past Albon, we're back where we started, but then it's a huge gap to Max Verstappen in 6th place, who's had a rough start to his season. Hasn't scored a podium yet. I don't think he's scored any points at all. Has he? He hasn't scored last time out, I think. I don't even remember. But someone who's had a rough start to the season kind of works out of that is Ferrari. They've brought upgrades to this race. And so far it's worked. Started second and third, running second and third behind Valtteri Bottas, who leads the race.
Be aware we expect the grip levels to start falling away soon.
No shit, Sherlock. Just look at the tires. And another bad news here today. Our motor, the ICE, the internal combustion engine, has now reached 60% wear, so this is definitely the last race for this engine. As Alex Albon slides, I slide out of the final corner once again. It's a repeat of last lap. As we try to muscle our way through into 7th place again. Little off-track excursion, but we make it work. And some guys already hitting pit lane, which I think those are the ones that stop for twice this race. Just can't make the hearts go that long. But man, some action here in the first 4.5 laps of this Chinese Grand Prix. Just look at the state these tires, especially that left front, is in. As we come down to our one and only scheduled pit stop, which takes us 2.6 seconds. And we are out again. I'm going to do some fuel saving now, as we come out in 18th position. I'll try to let Lando Norris behind go past. He's on a different strategy than me, so he's on faster tires, different strategy. No point in keeping him behind me. If he wants to go past, that is. As we let him through here. Alex Albon, my rival though, on the hard tires behind me. So he's on the same strategy. And that's the guy we have to beat. Lando will have to come in again. And that will cost him tons of time. Oh, they're going 3 wide into the final hairpin. Norris locks up. That's Raikkonen, Latifi and Norris. 3 wide still. We have the best seat in the house for this. Oh, yeah, you don't want to make contact with anyone. We've got some damage to our front wing. Don't want to damage it any further. Guys, come on. Come on. Just... I don't want to get involved in your business. But I think I have to. Sorry, excuse me, Racing Point coming through. 3 cars in 1 corner. And now the DRS wide open. Going past Romain Grosjean. Frenchman and his Haas. Fairly easy overtake. They'll kind of overcook the corner. I don't think he's going to come back at us.
Good job.
No, he won't. A lap later, another Ferrari-powered backmarker. And this time it's the Italian Antonio Giovinazzi. Getting past. With a rich fuel mix. Easy. As we see some of the guys that started on the mediums pit now, including former race leader now, Carlos Sainz. As well as Daniel Kvyat, Kevin Magnussen, Esteban Ocon. Having come down to pit road. And we're now back into the top 10. As Sainz has just come out ahead of us. Running the strategy, as I said before, that I would have loved to run. But, you know, it is how it is. Also, I don't really like the clouds. Jeff, my engineer, told me the weather is looking clear, but I don't like these clouds. I don't trust them. Well, Gasly and Kvyat behind me, the 2 cars. Some pit stops have happened and the skies clear up again. Are on their final set of tires as well, and their hards are a lot fresher than mine are, so I'm kind of trying to now drive out a bit of a gap without ruining my tires as much. I'm trying to get myself into a bit of a buffer where I'm not going to be under pressure right at the end when their tires are still better than mine are. At least that's kind of what I have to do. I mean, we've had issues all weekend long. Really, it's not been as swimmingly. It's not going swimmingly as the first 2 races, but that was to be expected. Just have to make the best of the situation. Right now we are. Just gotta try to keep it that way. And keep the distance while also managing what we have. Which is tires that shouldn't be subjected to whatever I did there. Half a burnout. Don't need that. There's Charles Leclerc. 2 are inside. We're going to let him pass on the fresh sets of mediums, which he locks up. But it hasn't lost us too much time. There was no chance we would fight him in any universe. Right now, at least. Just, we drive our own race. We're not on the same strategy as his. He was faster than us in qualifying and practice and everything, so... As Charles Leclerc is now putting Carlos Sainz under pressure. I find it very funny that Ferrari right now has only 1 car in the points. And I mean, it's just Ferrari things. I mean, hey, they started 2nd and 3rd, and right now Charles Leclerc is running 6th, and Sebastian Vettel is in 12th. That's just a Ferrari thing, right? They can't, even in the fucking video game, they will mess up the strategy, and they will mess it up bad. There's a yellow flag, and Carlos Sainz pulls his McLaren off the road with a mechanical failure. 2nd car out today after George Russell. That gives us 6th position.
Okay, clear.
We're coming to 5 laps to go
Use your overtake button.
as we cross the line this time by. We have an ailing race car. I mean, look at it, especially that left front. That's been punished. But so far, we made it work. We've got damage to our front wing. Our engine is awaiting retirement.
Of fuel remaining.
But
Our gap to
we've had a little incident at the start.
0.2 seconds.
And with everything that's happened, I will say this. Was a damn good race from my end. We got the car to do it. Just not the car to be as good as the last 2 races, but still. Happy with what we could achieve here today. 6th place and a 4th for Sergio as it stands right now, even though he's probably going to get relegated to 5th position. With Charles Leclerc approaching fast. Still damn good day for Racing Point. And that's where we will be for the rest of the season, I think. You know, regular top 5, top 3 contenders. And maybe if things go right, just like last time out of Bahrain, we'll be on the top step of the podium again. I said it a million times throughout this video, and I'm going to say it again. This definitely was the reality check after those first 2 races, and this definitely... That's the level where we want to be at, and that's the level from where we want to work and improve, not go backwards. I hope my motivational talk, if it was, made any sense to you guys. And here it comes for the final lap. We are in 6th position. Sergio Perez still hanging on to a 4th place. Charles Leclerc with the faster car. And who had the fastest lap. Can't get past Sebastian Vettel. Took that a couple laps ago. But man, Ferrari. They fumbled mildly. They could have had both cars on the podium. And if it ends like this, they get a 5th and an 8th. And a fastest lap for their troubles. I mean, that's just like a gargantuan fumble, I feel like. I mean, they could have done so much better. I mean, we've done for Racing Point on our end. We've done as good as we possibly could. Mercedes back out on top. 1st and 3rd, Max Verstappen's going to split those 2 boys, but Max getting his first podium of the season. So, the proper world order, I think, has now been re-established in Formula 1, at least for the next couple of weeks. Maybe until another team, or hopefully Racing Point, as Lewis Hamilton wins the Chinese Grand Prix. I thought it was Bottas leading, but it's Hamilton. Maybe until Red Bull, or maybe us, or maybe Ferrari bring a huge upgrade and beat Mercedes, and Ferrari not even having the fastest lap, which is now getting taken away from them by Valtteri Bottas. We get 6th place. Sergio, defended like a lion, the Mexican Minister of Defense, gets 4th. Very happy Toto Wolff. Both of his cars finishing for the first time this season. They finish on the podium, and on the top step of the podium, the world champion Lewis Hamilton takes his first win of the season. Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas. That's a sight on the podium you're going to get used to this season, I'm sure. As the Silver Arrows are on top once again here at the Chinese Grand Prix. Yeah, here we are. Sergio, Charles, myself, Pierre Gasly, 6 points for AlphaTauri. That's a lot. Sebastian Vettel, I mean, I said what has to be said about Ferrari already. Alexander Albon and Daniel Ricciardo scores the final point. I mean, Renault only 1 point. McLaren no points. It's not gone well for some teams, and it's gone better for others. Quick look at the standings. We still lead the Drivers' Championship, but that will surely change within the next 2 weeks, I'm fairly certain. The Constructors' lead has changed the lead. Mercedes, the Works team, has taken over that top spot, 12 now ahead of us. Red Bull still 30 points behind, so we'll definitely. I think we're in for the battle for 2nd place in the Constructors, and I'm in for the battle for 3rd place in the Drivers' World Championship. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was definitely a little action-packed in the beginning, calmed down towards the end of the race, but still, I think it was fun. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe. See you out next time for the Dutch Grand Prix. Have a good one. Goodbye.